Got another ranked game for you today that we are hoping to be able to get at very least to gold is my goal for this sprint. I'm obviously not going to be posting every single game, but I'm gonna hopefully post some good ones, or at least get some good ones for you guys here today. First things first, looking at the matchmaking, threats to my ship. Schlieffen's going to be annoying to deal with. Puerto Rico with radar. Napoli is annoying, but at very least does not get radar or hydro. Shima and Summers for destroyers. So, not too bad. I think our game plan for right now is definitely going to be playing for C. That's what I basically almost always recommend doing as a destroyer is you want to play for C because your home cap is basically given to you. I mean, it is technically possible for someone to like if you have a single DD game, for instance, and the enemy has like a Marceau or a Kleber, it is technically possible for that Kleber or just that French DD really to fast cap their home cap, run up to like this little island right here, get a few cheeky resets, and basically just camp right here or even up here and just reset your team indefinitely. But typically, that's not really something that happens all that often. But not to say that it doesn't happen though. Uh, but we're not going to have to worry about that because there's not any French destroyers in this game. We do have a Puerto Rico that I'm not really wanting to deal with right now, though. We do have a Napoli right there. Here we go. And that Shima just smoked up. So I'm going to be able to get some good free damage on him. This Puerto Rico is barely out of the radar range. And that Napoli is going to send it. It does not look like we're going to be able to do a whole lot about that Shima, although that Shima is extraordinarily low, because he did take a lot of damage from that exchange. Although I'm not going to want to be in the line of this smoke for very long. Mainly just due to the Shima torpedoes that are most definitely headed this way. What we are going to do, though, is we're going to put some torpedoes out on this Napoli, who is most likely going to try and walk either towards right there, and these torpedoes are hopefully going to be able to cut off his escape path, which is not going to happen because that Napoli is going to get behind the island, but you never know your luck. They might still be able to luck their way into his ship. So right now we're looking at a very low health Napoli, or, well, the Napoli is pretty low as well. He took a pretty big hit from somebody, but as well as a very low health Shima and a kiting Puerto Rico. So we do have a little bit of an opening right here because they've expended basically all of their resources and their health on getting this cap right here, but they don't really have any staying power anymore because they traded so much health in actually getting the cap that they don't have much left to help them hold it. So we're just going to step right back in here. Our Ohio is donating because, of course, Ohio players. And that Napoli is... looks like he got smoked up by... no. That's his own smoke right there. Yeah, that smoke is fading. That's definitely the Napoli's own smoke. And of course, our fucking fat ass Ohio is blocking our torpedo shot, such as battleship players. Just gonna launch some Make-A-Wish torps over on that Puerto Rico, you never know. And this Napoli is just sending it. Jesus Christ. And there goes the Napoli. There goes the Ohio as well, though. There is a Shima, like, out here. He's way out there, too. Either that, or he's like ahead there, but, I don't know. Looks like that Napoli should have the Puerto Rico under control as long as he doesn't int into, any Puerto Rico, or Shima torps, rather. Yeah, and there's the Shima. Right, can I get a cheeky shot on him? No, I doubt it. I would be amazed if those hit. No, they don't. Okay. That figures. Guess instead of going after that super, super low health... Well, I really kind of... It would be a good thing to try and secure that Shima kill. But what I think our better bet right now would be... would be trying to put some torpedoes or getting a pick on this Summers. Because if we can kill their other destroyer over here, or put some torpedoes into these battleships, that would give our team a very significant material advantage. And I'm going to put some torpedoes out on this Ohio in case he slows down. Because that Ohio has been playing Island Cockroach a lot this game. So, looks like he might be slowing. Schlieffen is down. And it looks like we're probably going to lose C here, but that's honestly fine, because we're playing for B right now. And the gearing is going to be going for a B when there's an Ohio literally right there. It's not exactly the play, if I'm being honest. Yeah. And that is unfortunate. And this gearing should... That's a Def AA gearing, by the way. And he doesn't even kill the Ohio. Although, the Cecilia does manage to get him. Alright. Looks like their Summers is probably cut through that middle right there and is probably heading for C, which honestly is fine because we're obviously taking B now. So even if they get C, it doesn't really matter. Although what does matter is that they have 2 destroyers and we only have 1 left because our gearing just kind of fucking donated because he walked at an Ohio for no reason. Hold on. There we go. Summers does not look like he got torpedoes off. The reason right there, honestly, I honestly wasn't expecting that that Summers to pop up right there. I honestly thought they went double DD to C, but they didn't, so oh well. But the main thing that you might have noticed right there is when I zoomed out, I kind of tried to stagger my fire across the length of his ship. Like the first couple of shots went towards like this section of the ship, and then the next couple of shots went towards the stern of his ship. And the reason I do that is to prevent myself from hitting saturated areas. Now, for all destroyers except the French, you could aim for the midships, and the midship, like the midsection of the hull, is never going to saturate. You will always do full damage as long as you're hitting that midsection. But the reason that I just kind of have a habit of aiming for the other sections, the bow and stern, is just because I do play a lot of French destroyers, and I also fight a lot of French destroyers, and in doing so, that's kind of a habit that you're just going to accrue over time as you kind of, first of all, learn how the French destroyer saturation works, which is the same as normal saturation, but unlike every other destroyer, the midsection of the ship can actually become saturated on the French destroyers. So if you continually hit the midsection like you would of a Shima or a Gearing or a Daring or something like that, if you continually aim for the midsection, you will eventually saturate their hull and you will do very little damage to them after that. So when you're shooting at French destroyers, and honestly just normal destroyers, just probably out of muscle memory after fighting a ton of French ones, you'll tend to aim for the bow, and then like this, basically just the front half of the ship, and then the rear half of the ship. And I tend to split it in half instead of threes, but you could split it into threes, but splitting in half is just easier, and it's like a much quicker thing that you can do just on the fly. Like, you could split it into thirds if you're willing to take the extra few seconds to actually try and aim for, like, those sections. But for, like, very split-second engagements, you'll probably just tend to aim for halves. And that's at least what I do. That didn't feel like a 1500 game, but oh well. Moving on swiftly. Oh, look at that. 3 destroyers. 5 destroyers. Oh, we might be seeing some DD heavy games tonight, boys. Which, hopefully... Well, I honestly don't want to have to fight French destroyers, but if we do end up having to, I might be able to demonstrate what I just said in practice a little bit, but ideally we wouldn't be having to, gunfight any Marceaus or Kleberts in a Shima. That would be suboptimal, as they say, or as I say, rather. But, I guess we just kind of sit here and we wait for, like, the next 2 minutes, or the next 1 second, I guess. That is a Conde who's firing HE into a Minotaur's belt, by the way. If that was AP, that would be a dev strike right there, but he didn't. Let's take a look at the matchmaking. Salem is the only radar. Napoli's going to be annoying, but not too bad. Shima, Gearing, and Holland for destroyers. So we actually have a domination game. That is unusual. I honestly didn't know this map had domination on it, because every single time I've played this map, it has always been arms race. I legitimately didn't know that domination was a possibility, but I'm not going to complain about it. Game plan is definitely going to be playing for C. I always recommend playing for contested cap. Pretty much on any kind of triangulated domination, because your home cap is basically given. The only time you're not going to get your home cap is if you have like a French destroyer running it down and you only send like one battleship to it or something. Your home cap is just given to you, so I always try to play for contested, even if we have like a double DD game where you typically will send one destroyer to each side. I like to play double DD on contested because of most teams sending one destroyer per side. If you can get a 2-on-1 destroyer fight going, that will definitely help your odds of winning that flank, because if that destroyer walks in not knowing that you have double DD, you're not expecting it, and they'll most likely eat a lot of damage from the ensuing trade. Not always, but very commonly, a lot of people will just send it towards the cap, as I'm doing right now. So I am taking a very big gamble right here, but they do not have any kind of radar that can spot me aside from the Salem, which is only an 8.5 range. So that's why I'm being a little more aggressive. We're also going to drop some Make-A-Wish torpedoes right here, just because you never know your luck. And we are just going to kind of scoot on over here. We're just going to be teasing the enemy a little bit. And that Stalingrad radar did not spot anything, which is very interesting. Although that range is not a huge one, or at very least doesn't go very far past the cap. There's one Shima and there's a Holland. I'm just gonna sit stern in right here. We are getting dangerously close to that Salem radar, though. We're gonna cap this right here, and then we're just gonna scoot on over to the edge right there. And we're just gonna try and hang out just outside of radar range. Our Shima does manage to cap the Holland, which is very convenient for me. And I'm gonna poke some Make-A-Wish torpedoes out on this Wisconsin if he tries to try anything cute. I'm also going to pre-torp this island, because a lot of destroyer players will like to hug that island right there. So I'm pre-torping that in expectation that that Shima's probably going to try and hide there, just because that is a very common and popular place to sit, which I'm not saying that's a good place that you should sit, that it is a very common one. But that Shima does have the sense to not do that. We do manage to hit just one on the Wisconsin. We do also have a pretty nice crossfire going with our friendly Shima right here. Ooh, that Shima did get a nice hit on the on that enemy Shima as well. We're just gonna smoke up right here. And that Shima's gonna sit behind that island. We're gonna try and get some fires going on this Wisconsin. I'm not gonna get a shot on that, because we know that Wisconsin did eat a torpedo. So gonna try and get a fire going on him. Even if he repairs it or uses a heal, we're still forcing him to use his resources on us. And there goes our Shima. And there goes most of that Wisconsin's health. just going to drop some torpedoes out like that. And the reason I launched them away, like kind of like towards that island, is because I'm expecting that Wisconsin to turn out and kind of angle away. So that's what those torpedoes are for. Like, if that Wisconsin keeps on moving away, he's probably going to move out of their range. But he might not, actually. He is not. No, he is. He's accelerating. Alright. That is a little unfortunate, but oh well. Just going to snap some cheeky shots off like that. We only hit two. Oh, no. We got him. Alright, next up is going to be... Well, we're not going to really be able to do anything about that Napoli and gearing. We need this Salem killed, is what we need. Because our Stalingrad and our Sicilia just need to press W and send it at this Salem, because we are triple capped right now. Although we technically do have a one-ship advantage, that's not going to be able to last forever. Especially not with a Napoli walking at our Worcester with gearing support. So our priority right now is definitely going to be grabbing C. And we're probably going to have to... I don't like it, but I might have to hug this island right here. Or at very least hope that this Salem keeps on... Actually, no. I'm going to launch my torpedoes ahead of the Salem. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I don't want this Salem to be able to just freely press W and get me into radar range. So even though these torpedoes stand basically no chance of hitting if he keeps on reversing the way he does, they're really there to prevent him from just being able to press W at me. And that's the more important thing. And then as soon as I get this cap, I can press W, and we're probably going to send it towards B. We do manage to cap C, which is going to stem the bleeding a little bit. And that Salem might int into those torpedoes going on the minimap there, although I doubt it. He does, in fact, int into those torpedoes, which is very, very convenient for me. I'm going to have to smoke up right here. And it is unfortunate that he does manage to go undetected there, but I was hoping that he would be detected by his gun bloom, but no such luck. There we go. That's that, and our Worcester is probably going to go down to this Napoli, yep. But it is okay, because we're just going to back cap B, and then we're going to just play Ring Around the Rosie with this Napoli. Although our Stalingrad is really, really low. That's a little unfortunate. That is going to put them ahead on points. But we are going to have them on double cap, and soon after that, triple cap. So that is going to be okay. And there's still plenty of time left in the game, so we're not in any danger of being on a one-cap loss, even with the death of that Stalingrad. Now, Stalingrad is hanging in there for dear life, so the longer he stays alive is the better for us. That's gearing smoke, not Napoli. Okay. And we're just going to step right back into B here. And then just going to play Ring Around the Rosie with this Napoli. Although what we're probably going to look at doing is we're going to cap B and then A. And then after that, we're probably going to try and just lurk like right in the middle right here. Because this Napoli, if he wants to win, he has got to kill everything. There's no way he's going to win this on points. He's about to be double capped. He's about to be triple capped. So despite the loss of our Stalingrad, we are going to be on a 2-cap win as long as our Cecilia doesn't kill himself, which it looks like he might be trying to do. That would actually be really bad if he kills himself, but even no, I don't. Even if that Cecilia donates, we should be fine because we're going to have them on triple cap, which will make up the points difference. And then even if that Napoli does manage to kill the Cecilia, he then has to deal with me. And to deal with me, he'll have to find me, and I'm faster and stealthier than him. So, and on top of that, he doesn't have the luxury of having caps and being able to just sit on those for the win. He has got to kill me. And all I have to do is just run away from him. And even if he goes for one of the cap circles, I'll still have 2 left. So it's just not going to be enough. We are going to sit here. And this is Celia might dev strike the Napoli here. No. Actually, no. Lamau, just Napoli things. I am hoping I'm going to be able to get the space cap, though. Give me that. Give me it, give me it, give me it. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to press W and head right into the middle right here. Because in the event that this Cecilia somehow dies, which honestly is plausible given it's a Napoli, and the Napoli does have fairly nasty torpedoes, but the Cecilia does have the brain power required to just angle out. So those torpedoes are going to pose very little threat to him unless he turns back in to greed for all of his turrets, which he's doing, like that right there. No, there's no way. I really want to shoot right there, but no, I'm not. I'm not going to risk throwing against those sap secondaries because that would be very, very stupid. And there we go. So that, I think, is going to be enough for today. Shima is still one of my favorite destroyers in the game, and I still think she's a very, very good pick for ranked, and these games are a little bit of a demonstration to that, even though the first was a little eh. It was still alright, so I think that is going to be it for today. I hope you've enjoyed and that you've learned something from this, and if you found it helpful, then go out there with your own Shimas and torpedo some more Salem. So that is going to be it for today, so I will see you tomorrow.